Oh man, here it is, All Hallows Eve, the night of spooks and terror. Darkness falls across the land, the midnight hour is close at hand, and everyone is dressed up to claim their candy-shaped prizes this nightmare night. Even myself, as one of the twin queens of Rayon, Queen Polly. As well, I'm a bit excited for this one, due to the implications it could have on mascot platformers in the future. Should I have made a video on that? Yeah, but let's give you the quick rundown of why everyone needs to stop naysaying and root for the little furball. So obviously, Bubsy in the past was pretty trash. 1 and 2 were subpar at best, trash at worst, and the third one, despite the one that's the most picked on and the most hated, was a good game if you look past a few flaws. A story for another day though. The little furball has survived on in infamy and memes for the past century, clawing to life even though he's pretty much dead and gone. Fast forward to 1 week before E3 where Sonic Team put out a trailer for the new hero. No, not OC at this point, just the silhouette. And
is that? No, it can't be. Right? You know, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that kind of looks like Bubsy. But no, it can't be.
that spiky fur on the side of the face. That stance. It looks so familiar. It's Bubsy! The internet cried, artists drawing pictures like this. It's Bubsy! Oh god, it's Bubsy! It's just a joke, but would it not be funny if it was Bubsy and he really came back?
But be careful what you wish for, young man, for your wish will come true.
Spin on to 1 week later, E3 is poised to start, and the first conference of studio killer EA is in less than 1 hour. Stop! EA will not be launching E3. What do you mean, sis? What? You think I was going to be one of the twin queens alone? No, my friend Deviant, also being a dragon around the same size as me, wanted to join in and fill the role of Queen Esther, which I have to say, I'm impressed with how the cape turned out from this into this. I think I did a good job. I mean, he can't be here, so I'm doing the voice for him, but you get the idea. But what do you mean, sis? Quick, quick! Check Twitter, E3 has already begun and you will never guess who's kicking it off. It's in the trending tab. Okay, let me look this up.
Yarnball deprivation! I've been waiting to settle this score since 1993. Bubsy, the Woolies strike back by accolade.
Oh my. Dear sweet Luna, the wishes on the Forces trailer came true. They were all true. What a bang! What a way to start E3. Bubsy was back and he's playing big. He wants to be here to stay and he's going all out. I'm betting it all on black, baby. Here's a fan club you can sign up to. Here's an exclamation mark t-shirt you can buy on my Amazon, showing me your support. Please, everyone. And everyone did. The lead of E3 before studio serial killer EA, who killed Visceral and has now acquired Respawn to drain and kill. He was naturally getting the internet abuzz, and people be it for a meme or genuine, were giving him the attention. Even more so as studio serial killer EA that killed Visceral and has now acquired Respawn to kill, their conference was boring and not worth talking about. So, I, and many others, did give him his time. I signed up to his fan club on the video. I bought one of the Warning Sign t-shirts. Okay, Bubsy, we're waiting. Silence. E3 came and went. Maybe natural as not to compete with the likes of Nintendo, showing off things like Odyssey and Samus Returns, as bloody hell they look good, and they did turn out good. But as E3 came to a close, the Bobcat came back saying the fan club was now fully up and running, and yeah, it was. I got an email saying it was and saying thanks for joining, and there was going to be a physical PS4 version. Alright, nice. A fitting way to close out E3. Bubsy was our opener, so it would only be fitting that he would be our closer. However, now, at the end of E3, the hype train is in full effect, but also the cynicism is as well. Because we've seen all the good shit like Metroid and Odyssey, and that fairy fiend had a lot to live up to. Yes, we bought all his BS, we signed up to his fan club, we're his fans, we bought his t-shirt, but the giddiness of E3 was over, and now everyone was starting to get back to being a critical, cynical asshole about what we had seen. How many games were pre-rendered, all in microtransactions, the year of the loot box, studio serial killers, EA, fucking horrible press conference. And so, coming back to Bubsy, everyone was saying the same thing. It looks okay. I mean, I hope it's good. I want it to be good. This is your chance for redemption. Don't blow it. And as I discussed on my Discord, to those who aren't fans of Bubsy, as like him or not, this fucking guy got his revival before me. Me! The greatest dragon in gaming! How is that fucking possible? It's not fair! It's not fair! When is my reboot? When do I get to be in the spotlight again? Oh, my third incarnation is showing off what we did right after our second incarnation, expending a massive amount of energy to save the world, forcing us to regenerate into him. Okay, that's fine. The more I see of me, the better. But come on, Crash got to be a sensei. Why didn't I get to be a sensei? Where's my shrine, Activision? Where's my sensei statue? Oh, and look at this. Crash gets a reboot, and I don't. Fuck you, Activision. You fuckers. Stop sucking the Bandicoot's dick. It's my turn. I mean, look at this.
Oh, no bandicoots were harmed, huh? That seems awfully familiar. That seems like Spyro the Dragon, where they have the whole no sheep were harmed thing. Now give us Spyro the Dragon.
Well done, Crash Bandicoot. I guess you won't crash and burn. You're not Spyro, though, are you orange fudge?
Just something for Vicarious Visions to keep in mind if they ever wanted to, I don't know, remake the Spyro games in a similar fashion as the Crash originals. Please, if you're watching, and this remake collection does well, consider this Activision, please.
And as for Vicarious Visions, well, there is a purple PlayStation mascot out there waiting for his trilogy. So while you work on that, I'm going to take a look at the long-lost treasures of his franchise.
Oh, that's the HD remaster machine. You think we could throw some Spyro in the middle of that, please? Fucking begging you. He shouldn't be the fucking Skylanders mascot, he's a good...
They want me more than him, and you rue the day you cross Spyro the Dragon, and I swear you better show off my HD remakes at Jeff Keighley's The Game advertisements. You greedy bastards. I'll accept E3 2018 at the latest. Or, you know, just get me to help you with Skylanders Academy Season 3. I was there. I lived them moments, and I can tie it all together as don't think for a moment I did not see that reference to me, the great fourth incarnation in Season 2. You could have said anything. There was an infinite amount of words and sentences you could have used. You could have said anything, but you put the words insane and Spyro together right next to each other. So I know you're seeing this. I know you're watching the fourth incarnation of the greatest dragon in gaming. So you know, I know.
You're as insane as
I know. Sorry, lost track there. Anyway, I said to everyone in Discord, like him or not, he's got his game out before me, and he is the worst. And it opens the door for all the old mascots to get their second chance. As if this guy, the worst mascot in the eyes of many of the people on the internet, if this annoying furball can do it, anyone can. If Bubsy can do it, Croc certainly can. If Bubsy can do it, Gex can. I mean, Gex was all about media satire, mainly with TV back in the day, but you could easily translate that to the internet, with Rez's stronghold being within the biggest hive of scum and villainy on the internet, being either 4chan or Tumblr, or an air level where you're either riding or dressed up as a blue bird mocking Twitter. The possibilities are endless, but if Bubsy can do it, Glover 2, Scalar 2, Ape Escape 4, Rayman Legends 2, Earthworm Jim 3, if Bubsy can do it, they certainly can. And the Discord agreed. Love him or hate him, we should root for him, as if the worst mascot succeeds, then AAA companies or other have no excuse. They can't say, oh, it won't sell, or any of that bollocks as well. Bubsy sold, and Bubsy is the worst, which catches us up with All Hallows Eve, do or die time. I'm the Woolly Queen Polly, and Divaku is the Woolly Queen Esther, and all over the internet a few others are either dressed as Bubsy or wearing his warning signs t-shirt. We're all rooting for him. So, how did it do? Not good. Accolade was too busy poking fun at other more successful franchises to give a shit about the game. And for its price, it feels like a quick, nostalgic cash grab. It's got some good points, like some really good points, but overall, well, let's start with the good.
10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100, best king, best king.
Throw it on the pile as another soundtrack of the year. In the credits I said how the guy that made the music did a really fantastic job, which he did. The tracks are jazzy and full of life. The one on the final boss especially, I mean, listen to it when I was not talking. And a few others. swanky stuff. So yeah, the music is really good, and it's on par with some of the better soundtracks this year. Okay, it's not on the level of Odyssey or Hollow Knight, but they're big, full orchestral tracks, but certainly on the level of something like, you know, Shovel Knight or Sonic Mania. Just something like nice, and it captures that 90s feel. So good work on the soundtrack there.
Listen, there's a lot to see in this life. Not wasting it here.
The only other good point is the graphics. For the most part, everything is pretty good, you know, to a standard. The backgrounds, especially, like, in the space levels, look pretty damn amazing. Like, whoever did the background art, kudos to you. And if it was just a bit more stylized background art person, I would easily say that it's like the backgrounds of Runner 2. You've already got the colours there. Like, look at the space backgrounds and like the glowing wool balls contrasting the space backgrounds. You've easily got the Runner 2 style, but it's just like a normal space. It's not stylized enough to be something like the Emerald Brine, but you're getting there, background artist. So whoever did the background art, kudos to you. And speaking of the wool balls are nicely done and they have a nice glowing effect. Bubsy looks great and the Woolies look adorable in their HD forms, just strolling back and forth. So the key assets look good, but everything else is either it just looks lazy or just downright garbage. Like, the overworld map is some lazy shit. Like, look at this. Right, it looks like it's right out of one of those mobile games like Candy Crush or something, where it's just the coloured spots connected by a few dots. And the settings menu. Just look at it. What are you playing at, Accolade? Were you really so lazy that you couldn't be asked to stylize it in any way? Like, oh, he's got some nice pictures like the army of Woolies enjoying their hypnosis fetish to the sound of the magic flute. Okay, that's a nice picture, but this looks like a default Windows 95 settings box. Like, even the default Windows 10 settings boxes are blue with the round edges, so it looks more modern. This feels like it's like right out of Windows 95. What are you playing at? Like, take some pride in your work, Accolade. You want Bubsy to come back? Yet you're doing shit like this and a few other things, like the generic shark enemies, are lazy. Like, you have strange marine animals, why not Ripper the starfish? Or the dogfish itself. Like, despite it being in Cuphead in that one pirate boss, Bubsy made the evil dogfish in the collar mainstream. And they were so proud of it back in the day, they put him on the box. Like, there he is. So why not flaunt that fact? You made the dogfish, use him rather than the generic yellow shark asset. But of course, the bit you've all been waiting for. Like, 6180 The Moon has the most basic shit graphics that you could ever ask for, as does Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. But they are regarded as one of the most relaxing and one of the most fun games on the PC and Game Boy respectively. So
It's awful. It's all fucking awful! It's all of it, and every single one of them sucks!
it's okay, which is about as nice as I can be. It's serviceable. It's a passing grade. Everything works, and that's it. It's an average 2D left-to-right collectathon platformer, and that's your lot. Controls really well. It's got a little bit of Luigi traction, but Bubsy always had a bit of Luigi traction, but he feels right. His jump and glide and pounce are all fine and it works, and the hitboxes are accurate on everything, except for maybe one jetpack Wooly, but that might have been me rushing. So mechanically, it's a good game. Mechanically, you get an A+. You got the weight of the character correct. The jump and the glide jump and glide at the right times, and the drop off on the glide is at the right place. The world and the enemies also have the right movements and weight. Like the Woolie on the jetpack does move up slower as the big metal thing on his back is weighing him down, and falls slightly faster because the metal thing on his back adds extra weight to him. So mechanically you get an A+, but everything else, well, it's a C. It's passable, and that's being kinder than I should be due to an affection I had for the 3D one, like Joel does. But beyond that, that's it. There's nothing else I can say. It's the most generic, average gameplay and game you would expect. Generic level structures with a few collectibles dotted around in really obvious locations in the most generic levels ever. What happened to trying new things? Like in 3D, we had underwater levels, levels where you blast around crazy fast in rocket cars, levels where you had to run from your life from unkillable enemies. Sure, a lot of it was flawed, but it tried different things to see what could work if the game was finished, or what could be polished up in a sequel if it were to happen. But here, it's just the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Same for the bosses. All three are exactly the same. It's just a UFO. And the last one I'll have more to say on in a moment, but the last one just combines the first and second but bigger. Like, UFO 1 flies at you, UFO 3 flies at you, but a bit bigger and faster. Oh, and sometimes it can do diagonals. UFO 2 shoots energy balls at you. UFO 3 does the same thing, but a bit bigger and faster. It's fucking boring! Again, moving back to Bubsy 3D, there was some variety. It tried different things, like flying up on the updrafts from the fire to hit the nerd on the top of the calculator, tricking the mammoth into the lightning fence, the huge twin-headed guardian of the queens that was kind of like Shadow of the Colossus and you had to figure out how to get up to its head, or managing the switch and your atom count while also focusing on both queens firing at you. Again, some of it, like the nerd on the calculator, didn't work all that well really, but it was different. It tried new things, not just copy-paste the same boss 3 times with a few different or bigger attacks.
You fucking idiot! Piece of shit! Shit! What is this, Twilight? Damn it! Shit! Damn it! This is the reason we're in trouble in the first place, you understand what I'm saying?
Now going back to that third UFO, at the start of the level, it says defeat the twin empresses? Wait, empresses? Empresses? Who the fuck are the empresses? Polly and Esther? Nah, they're queens. Ever since the first one, they have been queens, and no, there is no true law, but in terms of the few established things there were, these two girls are royalty and like to be addressed as queens. What's this empress shit? And that's just the two-headed Woolie, not the queens. Again, referring back to Bubsy 3D, it had some passion. It wanted to try and make something rather than...
Oh, it's Hamelot. It's Hamelot.
Haha, pig nights, lol, so random. 3D did want to try and make some lore and try and make a good go of it. They made a home planet for the Woolies of Rayon. They give their motivation for why the Woolies want to steal the yarn balls. And they canonized the two-headed Woolie as like the main royal knight and the main mediator of the Queen's orders to the public. And the Queens, as seen by the final splash screen and the more HD version of mine and Divaku's costumes, were considered the emissaries of the sun and the moon of Rayon, with Polly being the more extroverted day one that does all the public openings and stuff, and Esther being the more introverted, work-focused nighttime wonder. Oh my god, Lauren Faust was playing Bubsy 3D when she came up with Luna and Celestia, wasn't she? I mean, it would be funny if that were true. But main point, it was starting to build some canonicity and lore. It had a world in which it wanted to create a living world for you to get immersed in. And if we lived in an alternate timeline where Bubsy 3D was complete and would have sold enough to make a sequel, we would have seen that lore and more about the planet and the queens and everything more elaborated on and more flushed out in, I don't know, Bubsy 4D. But now we're back to Bubsy 1 or 2 where nothing means anything, lol, so random flying shark in the daytime.
For the first time in my life, I'm fucking speechless. I got nothing.
And so, my final verdict for Bubsy, the Woolies Strike Back, is a mediocre 3 out of 5. And that's being nice. Like, I really tried, Bubsy. I really did. And while there is something to be said for the guy that made the music, as he did an amazing job and made the levels fun to listen to, at least, and the art team made some good assets like the wool balls and the woolies themselves, it's just bland and forgettable. And really, that's only worth 2 points. I'm only giving you a third gem because I like you a bit. Everyone shits on Bubsy 3D for its first 2 levels. Like, watch anyone who's made a video. Jontron only got to level 3. Varg Skeletor Joel only got to level 2. All saying it's shit. But there is more interesting stages like the rocket cars and such. And as a kid, I got some sort of enjoyment out of it. Think of it as my Sonic 06. You're shit, but I still kinda liked you. And I was the first person ever on YouTube to do a 100% playthrough of Bubsy 3D. I even crossed into the human world to express to you personally, Accolade, how I thought it was pretty good and how it's not that bad of a game. And to this day, aside from my Casper for PS1, it is still my most viewed Let's Play, as everybody really wanted to see the true ending of Bubsy 3D. They actually wanted to see someone complete it. And when your return was announced, a lot of people were laughing. But me, I genuinely hoped that you could do it. I genuinely had hope that you could finally take the spot aside me, Crash, Sonic and Mario that you have kept yourself alive for the past 23 years. I signed up to your fan club on video and I bought the warning sign, exclamation mark t-shirt from your Amazon page again on video. Not just as a meme like a lot of other people, but as a genuine mark of passion. I was excited to see you do it, for the game to come out, and all those that were like, shit, it's gonna get fucked. I wanted you to come out and be like, ha ha ha! You all thought it was going to suck, but turns out it was great! During the run-up, I was checking my email, waiting for little things from your fan club, but nothing. Not even on the day of the release was there a fan club letter saying that it was out and here's a 10% discount code or something. As it was just a cash grab, wasn't it, Accolade? You did not really care about actually creating something with passion, something with actual time and effort put in. Just, lol, it's that shit mascot, lol, buy our game because memes. Honestly, if that was your only motivation, that one Sonic Forces meme, then you should have left him dead. Just like the fan club that you've never used ever. There were some that did have hope. I did. I really did. I really wanted to see you do it. But from what is on the screen, it's clear that you wanted to make a product for as little money as possible, to maximise as much profits as you could, and just slap Bubsy on it because Bubsy would sell copies. You know what that reminds me of, Accolade? That makes me all the more annoyed? Skylanders. A soulless product with fucking memes and selfies. Spyro's Kingdom, my kingdom, like Bubsy 4D, had potential. When it was announced, ideas running through people's heads. Oh, how could it be made? What would Spyro do in it? Oh shit, look at this dragon. She's part unicorn. Is she like a magic crafter dragon? Oh, there's a dragon that's part robot. I bet he lives in stormy robot land of Hurricos. Oh shit, there's a crystal dragon. I bet she lives in that one crystal island land from Spyro 3 near the sorceress. So many ideas. But no, it was never my adventure. Me and my dragon brethren were just shoved into a soulless product and my name slapped on it to make the game sell. Just as Bubsy was for you, Accolade. You even have the same first two letters at the start of your company name. Accolade. Activision. And at this point, you're no better. Like how Activision has no respect for me and my third incarnation, you don't have any respect for Bubsy. Or at least you don't show it with this rushed out, cynical, mediocre garbage. I guess that's why I'm also drawn to him now, as we're both has-beens, shilled out by AAA to move units, forced to sit here making shitty jokes and videos for the internet in the hopes that we'll both gain some relevancy again. And at the end of the 1 hour game, like literally that's how long it is, that's how little Accolade tried, you can beat the game in 1 hour, and as you can see from my 100% file on Steam, you can get and do absolutely everything in 5 to 6 hours.
6 hours wasted!
Maybe even less. But at the end of your 1 hour demo, you get a still image of Bubsy will return. No, don't bother. You had your one chance to bring him back and make him something worthwhile, and you blew it. You would have been better off just making a HD version of Bubsy 3D rather than this mediocre mess. But if you are really that insistent on bringing him back, then whatever you've got right now, throw it all in the bin and hire me as your creative director, story writer, and lawmaker. Like, that one is not even a joke. I'm being dead serious. Serious tone of voice now. I'm following you on Twitter. I've tweeted this review to you, and you will see this. And from what I've played, I could write a far better game. Not make, obviously you need a team of programmers, but I could write a far better game than this 10 times over, than this rushed out cash grab. And if I had creative direction over the project, I could actually make Bubsy likeable. Again, it's really not that hard. I'm not even joking about that. It's not that hard. I mean, you had the whole speech thing where you could make him talk forever, but you could actually make him likeable without the whole speech joke. I guess we will see how committed Accolade is to really wanting Bubsy to be a success on whether they contact me or not. But considering they want fucking what? 23 £23. That's $30. $30 for an hour of gameplay? Yeah, that's definitely a cash grab. So I'm gonna guess it's the latter, as they've made their money now. But we'll see. Which of course brings us to you, the audience, where I say, don't buy it. Not even for the meme. There are so many good games out there that are the same price. Like Hat in Time is exactly the same price and you will get so much more out of it. There are equally as long as Bubsy, like the hour long, like Mandragoria or Stanley Parable, that are a quarter of the price or even free. This is nowhere near worth $30. And whatever catnip you're on to charge that price, Bubsy, can I have some, please? Like, because whatever it is, it's clearly some good shit. It's clearly some strong stuff. And you're high as a fucking kite to think that that price is acceptable for what you're offering. So anyway, that's the review. I've got a lot of others to work on, as well as my royal duties for the end of the year. But I'll stream a little bit more Breath of the Wild tomorrow, as I tried streaming on YouTube and it did almost turn out better than Twitch, although I think I'm going to stick with Twitch. But a lot of people liked it and I got a lot of new people joining me on the Breath of the Wild stream, so we'll keep on with that and see where that goes. But for now, I have other royal duties to perform, so see you tomorrow night for the stream, and good night to all of you, my woolly subjects.